U, and really getting through the in-depth about pronunciation and our letter sounds. So here we go. Today we will greet others in Spanish, introduce ourselves, ask and answer, how are you? Oh, make sure everyone has their notebooks out, please. And if you need a pencil, please let me know. I will provide that for you. Or ask a neighbor so kindly if they have one for you. So for the warm-up, how do you greet a friend? Let me go down my note cards here. Let me pick out a name. Jonathan, how would you greet a friend? Yes, that's good. Saying, what's up? How you been? Yes. Good. That's a good response. Thank you so much for participating. Let me go through my note cards. Amanda, what about a teacher? How would you greet a teacher? Okay, you would say Miss Urea, Professora Urea. Good. Yes. Very nice. Good job. Okay, let me go through my note cards. Let me pick on a name, any name. Stacy, how would you greet a stranger? Okay, nice. 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 I like that. Thank you so much for participating, everyone. Now we're going to go over our greetings vocabulary. So make sure to note these down. If you miss anything, don't fret because I always put this on our platform and it will be available to you on there. So, hola, hello. Buenos días, good morning. Buenas tardes, good afternoon. Buenas noches, good evening and good night. If you notice, it's buenos in the masculine form for días, but it's buenas for tardes and noches. There's no real association with that. They all end in S, and before the S, there is a vowel. That is just something you have to memorize. So with practice, you will acquire the skills, and it will come like no other. So always remember, it's buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noches. So for our introductions vocabulary, ¿Cómo te llamas? What's your name? Me llamo. My name is. Mucho gusto. Nice to meet you. Encantada. Encantado. There's a masculine and feminine form to that word. Pleased to meet you. How are you? There's different forms of saying how are you in informal and formal words, informal ways. So, ¿cómo estás? Is informal. You would say that with friends, your classmates. ¿Cómo está usted? Is more formal. That you would use with teachers, other adults. ¿Qué tal? Is more informal. ¿Qué pasa? Is also informal. So make sure to note that down. Some responses for how are you are estoy bien, I'm good. Estoy mal, I'm not good. Más o menos, so-so. Now for some cultural notes. Tú versus usted, formal versus informal. How do we differentiate when to use these forms? Can I get any participants? Okay. Yes. Yes. Thank you so much for participating. So yes, as our classmate, as our friend said, we differentiate by status and respect. So elders, doctors, strangers, those are people who you would use a formal usted form with. People who you're comfortable with, like your friends, your sister, your brother, you would use tú. So greetings vary in multiple countries. In Spain and many other Latin American countries, this greeting may include a kiss on the cheek. So that is something that's very common. In Mexico and in many other countries in Latin America, handshakes are common in formal settings. So in a meeting, in a corporate setting, any professional setting, handshakes are very common. And using usted shows respect, especially with adults and teachers. Now I will play the following 2 videos on greetings. Let me go ahead and play that. Okay, now that the video has ended, what have we noticed? Yes. Yes, that they do kiss on the cheek, whether it's a man to man, woman to woman, it doesn't matter. What's another thing? Yes, in Spain, usually they do a double air kiss. Yes. Okay, something else? Yeah, sometimes when it comes to men, sometimes it's just a slight hug, maybe no kiss. It just really depends on the person and how comfortable we are. Now I'm going to go on to the next video on informal greetings around the world. Well, around other Latin American countries. Let me go ahead and play that. Okay, so now I have, like we've seen in the video, that there's different forms, informal ways of saying how are you according to the countries. These are because of the dialects. So in Mexico, we saw that he said que onda way, which is something that is informal that you would say with your friends and such. And also in Colombia, he said que hubo or que hubo, which is something very commonly used there as well. Something that you would say to your friends and stuff like that. That's part of informal language. Those are informal greetings. Okay, now I will model an example dialogue. So here we go. Hola, me llamo Profesora Urrea. ¿Cómo te llamas? And then Juan would respond, me llamo Juan. ¿Cómo está usted? Estoy bien, gracias. So, what have we noticed about that? Okay, let me take out my note cards for the name. Angela, what was some words that we noticed that Juan used? Yes, he used the word usted. Good. Okay. Paul, why would he use usted? Yes, because he's speaking to me, a profesora, a teacher. Excellent job, everyone. Thank you for participating. Now we're going to do a guided practice. We're going to stand up and find a partner. Greet your partner with hola or buenos días. Introduce yourself. Me llamo Profesora Urrea. Ask, ¿cómo estás? And respond appropriately. We'll switch partners every 2 to 3 minutes. So I have my time find the partner quickly, and I'll start my timer. Okay, when it passes 2 to 3 minutes, I'll let you know. The timer will go off, and then we'll switch. So at home, we're going to do some independent practice. So we're going to record a 30 to 60 second video. You're going to greet someone, introduce yourself, ask and respond, how are you? I strongly recommend writing this out first, especially because a lot of times we can assume that our partners are going to know exactly what to do. We have to teach them and model it for our partner so we can execute it accordingly for our videos. So just a very big tip there is to write down your conversation and your monologue before executing it. Also, if you have any questions or concerns, I'm always available through the discussion boards. So feel free to communicate with me, and I'll get back to you as fast as I can. Now, what did you learn today about greetings in Spanish? ¿Qué aprendiste hoy sobre los saludos? Can I have any volunteers? Okay, yes. That respect is a very big thing in Latin culture, and that goes into the Spanish language. Good, good. What else? Yes, we do use different language according to who we're talking to. So we'll speak in a different form, informal or formal, depending who you're talking to. So now in your notebooks, we're going to write down one greeting and one cultural fact. I'll give you a couple minutes and then you can reach under your desk or your laptops and we'll get started on our game. So I'll set a 5-minute timer for that. I'll give you guys 5 minutes and then we'll start our Kahoot game. Okay, now let's get started on our game. Please, everyone, open up your laptops. I've sent the link through the platform. Just click on the link and you should be able to play. Okay, excellent job, everyone. Thank you so much for participating. It was a lot of fun. Remember, you can also use the game to study. It's an excellent studying tool. Use it to practice and you'll do extremely well. So proud of everyone and all the hard work that we've put in today. And don't beat yourself up about any mistakes because a mistake is a good thing. I love learning from my mistakes. Spanish is a language is something you have to immerse yourself in. So give yourself some grace. Make sure that I've included in our discussion post too, as well. I've included some links for TikToks you can watch in Spanish, YouTube videos, and I also strongly recommend any of your shows, like if you want to rewatch them, to put them in Spanish with subtitles in Spanish. Or if that's too difficult because you want to keep up and want to know what's going on, put it in Spanish with English subtitles so you can start matching up the words and really learning some new vocabulary. So thank you so much, everyone. I'm so excited for us to continue through this course, and I'll see everyone tomorrow.